All right, let's go on with page 3 of Unit 4 on Europe. Parliament is a representative lawmaking body whose members are elected or appointed. A lot of times we think of England or Great Britain as talking about Parliament. Here's Big Ben, Parliament Hall. You can see the members on both sides having a discussion. Anciently, or well, not that anciently, but old times, they had the House of Commons, the House of Lords, that divided those two groups. Euro, common currency proposed by the European Union for its member nations. So really a good idea to have a common currency. You know, you could travel from France into Belgium, Netherlands, Germany, and back to Luxembourg all in the same day. And to be able to use the same currency would be very advantageous. So to, you know, have to exchange the money and coins and get a different currency every time you crossed a border would be kind of a difficult thing. Cultural crossroads is a place where various cultures cross, and balkanization is the process of a region breaking up into small mutually hostile units. So we talked about the cultural crossroads with Europe, Asia, and Africa, and this location on the Eastern Mediterranean where all of those goods and ideas can trade and transfer across. So we've seen the Balkan Peninsula in recent years breaking up into smaller countries. Racially, ethnically, different groups have gone against each other, and that's why they have gone through this process of balkanization. Satellite nations are nations dominated by another country. So this example here would be the former USSR, Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. And these countries in pink, like East Germany, Poland, Czechoslovakia, Hungary, Romania, and Bulgaria. This is pre-1989, and these would be the satellite nations of the former Soviet Union. So they could reach out with big hands and to these countries say, well, hey, we need these resources, we need these agricultural products, and you need to supply them to us, or we'll take action. So anyway, that's what these satellite nations were. A market economy, industries make the goods that consumers want, and in these countries in the former Soviet Union, that wasn't always the case. Religions for Europe, we've got Roman Catholic, Protestant, Eastern Orthodox Christianity, Muslim, and Jews. Anti-Semitism is a discrimination against the Jewish people. Of course, that event was called the Holocaust during World War II. So the Holocaust, by definition, the mass killing of 6 million European Jews and others by the Nazis of Germany during World War II. Very sad event. It's sad that people say it never happened. If you've ever seen any pictures or video, I don't see how you could even begin to think that this never happened. And tell somebody that survived the camps and has a tattooed number on their arm that it wasn't real. I could go on and talk quite a bit about different things. Again, the people were processed. It's unfortunate they experimented on them. They tried a variety of different ways to kill them. Very inhumane, starved them. Just a major unfortunate event in human history. The Autobahn, Germany's 4-lane superhighways. As far as I know, this was an idea of Hitler's. The Autobahn, of course, we know today is a roadway that you can drive as fast as you want. My understanding is it's only about 40% of the roads in Germany are the Autobahn. But when they were first built, the idea was to get troops and equipment and machinery to the front lines, to move them throughout the country very quickly. Many communication and transportation systems are government owned in some of these countries, unlike here in the United States. And then also, I think it was President Dwight D. Eisenhower that went to Germany and looked at their Autobahn and the way they have these interchanges, and brought that idea back here. And in the early 60s, 1960s, we were starting to build our own interstate highway system. More and more women are entering the workforce throughout the world, especially in Europe. And Nordic countries have a high percentage of women in their parliaments. I always say that I wouldn't have any problem with a female president. In recent history, I just didn't want the one who was running to be the president. But I think they would do a great job. The government takes great responsibility for the welfare of its people, especially the Nordic countries. And in those countries, taxes are high. However, they keep voting for these every time it comes up for any discussion or a vote. They continue to vote for these. I don't know if it would work in our country, but it works well for them. So if you have your job, you're going to work, you're putting in your years, and you have children, they grow up, it's time for them to go on to college. I'd say it's free, but it's not free. It's paid for through taxes. So it's taken care of. If you have to go to the doctor for anything, that's taken care of as well. Once you retire from your job, you need to have money to live on through retirement, and that's also provided for. But again, it's through these high taxes. Somewhere around 50% of their income goes back out into these taxes. But again, it takes care of a lot of things for them. So it works for them. And we'll finish up. That's the end of page 3.